Last time we finished reading about the 5 aggregates. Today, we're going to continue with the 6 sense bases. By way of the 6 sense bases, full understanding. Monks, without directly knowing and fully understanding the all, without developing this passion toward it and abandoning it, one is incapable of destroying suffering. And what, monks, is that all? Without directly knowing and fully understanding the I, without developing this passion toward it and abandoning it, one is incapable of destroying suffering. Without directly knowing and fully understanding forms, I consciousness, eye contact, and whatever feeling arises with eye contact as condition, without developing this passion toward it and abandoning it, one is incapable of destroying suffering. Without directly knowing and fully understanding the ear, the mind, whatever feeling arises with mind contact as condition, without developing this passion toward it and abandoning it, one is incapable of destroying suffering. So here we're talking about the all. What exactly is the all? In this sutta is defined as the I, and then the corresponding forms, this, and then the corresponding consciousness, I consciousness, the corresponding eye contact, and whatever feeling arises because of the eye contact. And that is for the first sense basis, the eye. Then the next one repeats again the same pattern with the ear. Until the mind. So all the same pattern with this first paragraph. Repeat with all the 6 sense bases. Eye, ear, nose, tongue, body, and the last one, 6th one, mind. So that is what is called the all. All the 6 sense bases and all the corresponding consciousness, contact, and the feeling. Sister Jaquan, would you like to continue?
This, monks, is the all. Without directly knowing and fully understanding this all, one is incapable of destroying suffering. Monks, by directly knowing and fully understand the all, by developing this passion toward it and abandoning it, one is capable of destroying suffering. And what, monks, is that all? By directly knowing and fully understanding the I up to the mind, and whatever feeling arises with mind contact as condition, by developing this passion toward it and abandoning it, one is capable of destroying suffering. This, monks, is the all by directly knowing and fully understanding which one is capable of destroying suffering. Samyutta Nikaya 35.26. Thank you.
Thanks, Sister Jaquan. So this part is exactly the opposite of the previous part. If one is incapable of destroying suffering, it's because they don't understand the all. But here, when one understands the all, by directly knowing, fully understanding the all, then one is capable of destroying suffering. And the rest of the paragraphs just repeats the same pattern, but it's exactly the opposite. By directly knowing and fully understanding the I all the way to the mind. Sister Saikyang, would you like to continue?
Burning. On one occasion, the Blessed One was dwelling at Gaya's head, together with 1,000 monks. There, the Blessed One addressed the monks thus: "Monks, all is burning. And what, monk, is the all that is burning? The eye is burning. The forms are burning. Eye consciousness is burning. Eye contact is burning. And whatever feeling arises with eye contact as condition, whether it's pleasant or painful, or neither painful nor pleasant, that too is burning. Burning with what? Burning with the fire of lust, with the fire of hatred, with the fire of delusion. Burning with birth, aging, and death, with sorrow, lamentation, pain, dejection, and despair, I say. The ear is burning, and all the way up to the mind is burning. And whatever feeling arises with mind contact as condition, whether pleasant or painful, or neither painful nor pleasant, that too is burning. Burning with what? Burning with the fire of lust, with the fire of hatred, with the fire of delusion. Burning with birth, aging, and death, with sorrow, lamentation, pain, dejection, and despair, I say.
Okay, thanks, Sister Saikyang. Footnote number 38. This sutta, sometimes called the fire sermon, is the third discourse recorded in the narrative of the Buddha's ministry. According to this source, the 1,000 monks to whom the sutta was addressed had formerly been fire-worshipping ascetics, and thus the Buddha used this theme because it corresponded to with their background. For an account how the Buddha comforted them, see Nyanamoli, the Life of the Buddha. This again shows the Buddha's skillfulness in adapting and adjusting the teachings according to the disposition of the disciples. All this, the 1,000 monks has been fire worshipping, so that's why the Buddha used the theme of burning to make it more relatable to them, because all they know is fire, fire, fire. So the Buddha used burning. What is burning? Again, we see the same pattern. If there's firstly we start with the eye, and then the corresponding external will be the forms, and then there'll be eye consciousness, eye contact, and whatever feeling arises, eye contact. So all these 5 elements are always together. And then we repeat the same pattern again with the ear, then the mind, all the way to the mind. Burning with what exactly? With fire of lust, fire of hatred, fire of delusion, birth, aging, and death, sorrow, lamentation, pain, and dejection. Sister Aikin, would you like to continue?
Seeing thus monks, the instructed noble disciples become disenchanted with the eye, with forms, with eye consciousness, with eye contact, with whatever feeling arises with eye contact as condition, whether pleasant or painful, or neither pleasant nor painful, becomes disenchanted with the ear, until with the mind, with whatever feeling arises with mind contact as condition, being disenchanted, he becomes dispassionate. Through dispassion, his mind is liberated. When it is liberated, there comes the knowledge. It's deliberated. He understands destroyed is birth. The spiritual life has been lived. What has to be done has been done. There's no more coming back to any state of being. This is what the Blessed One said. Elated, those monks delighted in the Blessed One's statement. And while this discourse was being spoken, the minds of the 1,000 monks were liberated from the taints by non-clinging. From Samyutta Nikaya 35 to 28.
Thanks, Mr. Aikin. So after this discourse, the minds of the 1,000 fire-worshipping monks were liberated from the taints by non-clinging. And then you will see this very common stock passage when one is liberated. Sister Shawmi, should I to continue?
Suitable for attaining Nibbana. Monks, I will teach you the way that is suitable for attaining Nibbana. Listen. And what, monks, is the way that is suitable for attaining Nibbana? Here, a monk sees the I as impermanent. He sees forms as impermanent. He sees eye consciousness as impermanent. He sees eye contact as impermanent. He sees as impermanent whatever feeling arises with eye contact as condition, whether pleasant or painful or neither painful nor pleasant. He sees the ear as impermanent. He sees the mind as impermanent. He sees mental phenomena as impermanent. He sees mind consciousness as impermanent. He sees mind contact as impermanent. He sees as impermanent whatever feeling arises with mind contact as condition, whether pleasant or painful or neither painful nor pleasant. This, monks, is the way that is suitable for attaining Nibbana.
Thanks, Sister Shawmi. Here again, we see the same 5 components grouped together. Starts with the eye, forms, eye consciousness, eye contact, and the feeling arises from that sense space. And this time, how should we see it? We should see it as impermanent. And then repeat with all the rest of the 6 sense bases, the ear, all the way to the mind. Sister Billy, would you like to continue?
He sees the I as suffering. He sees as suffering wherever feeling arises with mind contact as condition, whether pleasant or painful, or neither painful nor pleasant. This, monks, is the way that is suitable for attaining Nibbana. He sees the I as non-self. He sees as non-self whatever feeling arises with mind contact as condition, whether pleasant or painful, or neither pleasant, or neither painful nor pleasant. This, monks, is the way that is suitable for attaining Nibbana. Samyutta Nikaya 35, 147 to 49. Mind.
Thanks, Sister Billy. We have seen this pattern before in the 5 aggregates, how the characteristics of, let's say, impermanent, suffering, and non-self is applied to the 5 aggregate. Here, we apply it to the 6 sense bases. See the eye as suffering, all the way to the mind, and then we see all the 6 sense bases as non-self. Impermanent, suffering, non-self. Sister Xinghui, would you like to continue?
Empty is the world. When the Venerable Ananda approached the Blessed One and said to him, "Venerable Sir, it is said, empty is the world, empty is the world. In what way, Venerable Sir, is it said, empty is the world?" "It is, Ananda, because it is empty of self and of what belongs to self that it is said. Empty is the word. And what is empty of self and of what belongs to self? The I, Ananda, is empty of self and of what belongs to self. Forms are empty of self and of what belongs to self. I consciousness is empty of self and of what belongs to self. Eye contact is empty of self and of what belongs to self. Whatever feeling arises with mind contact as condition, whether pleasant or painful, or neither painful nor pleasant, that too is empty of self and of what belongs to self. It is Ananda because it is empty of self and of what belongs to self that it is said. Empty is the word. From Samutta Nikaya 35 to 85.
Thanks, Sister Singhui. So this is one of the few suttas in the Pali Canon that talks about emptiness. But the Mahayana tradition just has a lot of emphasis on the teaching of emptiness. But if you're wondering, is there such a thing in the Pali Canon? Here it is. Here is the sutta. There's a few other suttas as well talk about emptiness. Not a lot, because somehow it's not emphasized in the Pali Canon, but the Mahayana tradition takes it to the next level. The teaching of emptiness, the Heart Sutra especially, and the one we chant every morning. So this is the source. Empty is the woe. Okay, I will continue. Consciousness too is non-self. The Venerable Udai asked the Venerable Ananda, "Friend Ananda, in many ways, the nature of this body has been declared, disclosed, and revealed by the Blessed One. Thus, for such a reason, this body is non-self. Is it possible to explain the nature of this consciousness in a similar way, to teach, proclaim, establish, disclose, analyze, and elucidate it thus? For such a reason, this consciousness is non-self. It is possible, friend Udai. Does an I consciousness arise in dependence on the I and forms? Yes, friend. If the cause and condition for the arising of I consciousness would cease completely and totally without remainder, could I consciousness be discerned? No, friend. In this way, friend, this has been declared, disclosed, and revealed by the Blessed One. Thus, for such a reason, this consciousness is non-self. Does an ear consciousness arise in dependence on the ear and sounds? Does a mind consciousness arise in dependence on the mind and mental phenomena? Yes, friend. If the cause and condition for the arising of mind consciousness would cease completely and totally without remainder, could mind consciousness be discerned? No, friend. In this way too, friend, this has been declared, disclosed, and revealed by the Blessed One thus. For such a reason, this consciousness is non-self. Sister Choi Kun, would you like to continue?
Suppose, friend, a man needing hardwood, seeking hardwood, wandering in search of hardwood, would take a sharp axe and enter a forest. There he would see the trunk of a large banana tree, straight, fresh, without a fruit bud core. He would cut it down at the root, cut off the crown, and unroll the coil. As he unrolls the coil, he would not find even softwood, let alone hardwood. So too, a monk does not recognize either a self or anything belonging to a self in these 6 spaces for contact. Since he does not recognize anything thus, he does not cling to anything in the world. Not clinging, he is not agitated. Being unagitated, he personally attained Nibbana. He understands, destroyed a birth. The spiritual life has been lived. What had to be done has been done. There is no more coming back to any state of being. Samyutta Nikaya 35 to 234. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu.
Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Thanks, Sister Chaikon. So with that, we have finished reading the section of 6 sense bases. Anything you'd like to add? Questions, comments? If not, would Sister Xinghui like to do the dedication?
愿消三障诸烦恼，愿得智慧真明了。不愿罪障悉消除，世世常行菩萨道。
Thanks, Sister Xinghui. Till we meet again, we will be guided by the Buddha, Dharma, and the Sangha. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Have a strong Saturday ahead. Thanks, everyone. See you guys next time.
Thank you. Bye bye.
Thank you. Bye bye.